As we prepare to observe Rare Disease Day 2022, it is an honor to join all of you in the rare disease community at this very important event. I am grateful to stand virtually with fellow leaders today and recognize the passion and resilience of rare disease advocates across the country. For those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, I'm Eric Dube, President and CEO of Travere Therapeutics. We're a biopharmaceutical company exclusively focused on identifying, developing, and delivering life-changing therapies to people living with rare disease. We are proud to be in Rare for Life. And as we travel this path together with you, we are driven by the urgent need for treatment options for rare disease patients and families, many of whom reside within our own employee community. Only people living with rare disease can tell the story of what it really means to have a rare condition, the challenges, the heartache, and importantly, the hope and triumphs too. Key decisions are being made this year on critical issues that affect every single one of us, and your stories will help shape our national policy. I am grateful to every one of you for helping make a difference. There's ample good news to share today. Congressional leaders seem to be closing in on an agreement to ensure access to telehealth, something so important for reducing family anxiety and draining travel costs. The Cures 2.0 legislation, which includes important provisions expanding genetic testing, and the FDA Rare Disease Center of Excellence in the STAT Act, could be considered later this summer. A landmark study was released recently calling for all stakeholders to work together and modernize the newborn screening system in America, something that is so long overdue and could potentially prevent countless deaths and delays to diagnosis. Your voice could make a real difference on all of these issues. And I want to thank Every Life Foundation for leading the way. As we gather during Black History Month, I want to thank Linda Blount and the Rare Disease Diversity Council for their work over the last year. Over 200 organizations and individuals, rare disease experts, health and diversity advocates, and industry leaders are now members of the RDDC and are working together to alleviate the disproportionate burden of rare disease on communities of color. We are proud to have played a role in the creation of the RDDC and know there is important work ahead. For example, this summer, Congress is considering ways to address the gaps of diversity in clinical trials, and that includes rare disease clinical trials as well. With the RDDC and like-minded colleagues leading the path forward, we can make a great stride in this critical area. At the same time, we also have challenges on our doorstep. Congress is considering eliminating the orphan drug tax credit in many circumstances, arbitrarily giving some patients incentives while denying them to others. This will not help our community when 95% of rare diseases still have no treatment. The accelerated approval pathway, so critical in ensuring access to life-saving medicines, is under intense scrutiny, and there is a real need for policymakers to understand what it means to the rare disease community. Again, your voice could make a real difference. I am grateful for everyone taking time out of their busy lives to participate. Rare Disease Week brings us together with our leaders in the Rare Disease Caucus. In particular, I want to thank House co-chairs Mr. Butterfield and Mr. Bilirakis for going to bat for so many rare disease patients, particularly those living with rare kidney diseases who have been overlooked for far too long. But we are so fortunate to have many great champions in Congress. So without further ado, we will now hear from our Rare Disease Caucus leaders.